Thinking about match betting? Make sure you watch this short video before you start. It's full of hints, tips and advice, but will potentially save you hundreds of pounds as well. Check it out. Hello and welcome to the Match Betting Noob. I'm Fridge and I am a match betting noob. I am myself only just over a month into my journey. In this video, I want to tell you about all the hints, tips and advice that I was told after I'd signed up. If I'd have known these before I started, it could have saved me a whole bunch of time and potentially hundreds of pounds in mistakes. So before you start match betting, make sure you watch this short video and put these steps into place before you start. Before we jump into those hints and tips, and if this is your first time with us, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, giving us a thumbs up and leaving a comment. It really does help with the complicated YouTube algorithms, and it gets these videos in front of more people just like you that need a bit of help. And if you ring the bell, you'll get notified as soon as new content's uploaded to the channel. Okay, so let's jump into these hints, tips and advice that I wish I'd been given before I started. Number one, just go slow and steady. Make sure you follow those step-by-step video tutorials on the match betting website. They really will help you. Remember, match betting does work as long as you do it correctly. There are hundreds of sign-up offers out there, and they're not going anywhere. So just make sure you go nice and slow and make sure you can afford to do those first few offers, because withdrawing your winnings from some of these bookies can take 2 to 3 days. The website I used was Profit Accumulator. I've put a link in the description below, so if you click on there, it'll take you straight to the website. This is an affiliate link. That means I earn a small commission for everybody that signs up via that link. It makes no difference to you, but it makes a huge difference to me, because every penny goes back into maintaining the Match Betting Noob website and creating new content for this YouTube channel. So if you'd sign up via that link, that would be fantastic. Number two is really easy. Get yourself a separate email account. You can get these on Google Mail and have one set up in around about 2 minutes. It really is easy, but it's going to save you a whole bunch of time and effort. It is quite obvious if you think about it, but I'd not been told this and I hadn't seen it anywhere until afterward. And I'd already set up my first few offers with my personal email. So now I get all my match betting emails mixed up in amongst all my other emails. So this could save you a lot of time. So that's hint number two. Tip number three, get yourself a separate bank account. I know this is not so straightforward, but it really will save you a huge amount of time. I started off with my personal account and a savings account that I don't use. And I seem to spend so much time transferring money from one to the other and going through all my ins and outs from both accounts. And it's really quite a big mess. So I wish I'd started with my own separate account just for match betting. It would make it so much better to track everything and a whole lot easier. So definitely think about getting a separate bank account. Number four, get a profit tracking spreadsheet. I wish I had this when I started, because now it's really difficult for me to track exactly what's come in and gone out and the profit that I'm making. I have to add up what's come into my account, what's gone out of my account and what's in all the bookie accounts. And I probably do this every day. So please save yourself a whole bunch of time and don't go through the pain that I am and get this profit tracking spreadsheet. I've put a link in the description below. It's a free download from the Odds Monkey YouTube channel. It looks really good and I know it would have been really useful to me had I known about it before I started. So make sure you download and use that spreadsheet. Number five, make sure you bookmark all of those bookie websites and keep them in a separate folder. That way you'll have easy access to them. Now that sounds obvious, but there's a lot of things you're thinking about when you first start doing this, and that might get forgotten. And do the same with your apps on your phone. Download them and put them all in one folder. It saves you loads of time. Number six, if you can and you have access to one, use an additional monitor like this one. I have this plugged into my laptop so that I have 2 screens. That way I can have the bookie and the exchange open at the same time. This just saves me having to flick between all the websites and the guides and everything else on one screen. And because the odds change so quick, having them both open helps me minimize my qualifying losses. This monitor is just linked up to my laptop via an HDMI cable, so it's really straightforward. It's not essential that you have one of these, it just could save you a bit of time and a few quid as well. Number seven, don't use your mobile phone for match betting. You could have several apps open at the same time and they're just too slow. And because the odds change so quickly, you could find yourself out of pocket. So wherever possible, use the laptop or desktop and get an additional monitor. After you've been doing match betting for a while, you may find that you can place certain bets on your mobile phone. but only do this once you've gained experience and you know how these apps work. Number 8, take a photograph of your driving license and a paper utility bill with your address on it. Virtually all of my utility bills were online, so I didn't initially have one. Some of the bookies and exchanges will ask you for proof of ID before you can place any bets, or before you can withdraw any of your winnings. It's worth having this ready and prepared, because you will get asked at some point by one of the bookies or exchanges for this extra proof of identification. It makes the whole process a lot quicker and easier if you can just attach it to an email and send it off to them. Number 9, sign up to those exchanges now. Sign up to Betfair, Smarkets, Matchbook and BetDAQ. This is going to save you so much time when you're watching the video tutorials on the match betting website. I found having several screens open at the same time and opening accounts with bookies, then exchanges and watching the tutorials a little bit confusing at times. So sign up to the exchanges now. Familiarise yourself with those websites and it will make the whole process a lot quicker and easier when you're following those guides and tutorials. You don't need to deposit any money just yet. I've put links to those 4 exchanges in the description below and you can find them on the Match Betting Noob website. Number 10, move on from your mistakes. You will make mistakes and you may lose money, but what you win will far outweigh those mistakes. There's plenty out there for you to profit from, but learn from those mistakes that you've made. I have made plenty. I've probably lost around about £200 in mistakes, silly mistakes, that could have been avoided had I seen a video like this before I started. But I have made plenty of profit too. Despite those mistakes, I'm probably £800 up after my first month. So make sure you put these steps into place before you start your match betting journey. It's going to save you so much time. And of course, it could prevent you from making the same mistakes that I've made and losing over £200. If you haven't yet seen some of my other videos, please go back and check those out. I've got short videos on what is match betting, what is a back bet, what is a lay bet, what are exchanges, and I've also videoed each day of my first 2 weeks in match betting. Each of these videos will have hints, tips and advice and could prevent you from making the same mistakes I've made. So be sure to check all of those out before you start match betting. If you're still going to go ahead, please click on the profit accumulator link down below in the description and sign up to those exchanges. I hope you found this video helpful. Please remember to subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. I will reply to all of you and good luck with your first few sign-ups. Let me know how you go on and I'll see you on the next video.